Guys, let's look at this review because your formative is tomorrow, and we'll tell you now it's very, very similar to this. So make sure you study this, okay? So Mr. Ridley has 5 boxes of pencils and 2 single pencils. In all, he has 62 pencils. How many pencils are there in a box? Write an equation and solve. So it tells me write an equation, okay? I know I have 2 pencils plus 5 boxes of pencils, but I don't know how many are in each box. See, that's the question. How many pencils are in a box? So the number of pencils in the box is my variable. I know it is an equation, so it's equal to, there's no guessing there, 62. Now we have to solve it. Constant variable term. Positive 2, so subtract 2. 5x is equal to 60. Divide by your coefficient. X is equal to 12. There are 12 pencils in each box. Okay. You bought a magazine for $7 and 5 books. You paid a total of $37. Write an equation for how much each book costs. So again, I paid $7 plus 5 books at an unknown amount. And that gave me a total of 37. This is my constant. This is my variable term. That's a positive 7, so I'm going to subtract 7. 5x is equal to 30. Divide by your coefficient. And x is 6. So the books were $6 each. Hosea had a board that is 5 feet long. He cut the board into pieces that were 1/4 foot long. He used all of the pieces and built 6 shelves for a bookshelf. Write an equation that can be used. Now, it doesn't say to solve it. It just says it wants an equation, okay? I have a particular length, and it's cut into this size pieces. So it's divided by 1/4 to give us a total of 6 shelves. Okay? It's this long. It's been cut into pieces. They're this long each. And it gave us 6 shelves. So equals 6. I don't know who that is, but his bank account. Oh, in his bank account, Hal has $50 more than 1/4 of an amount of money that Bob has. Now, when we're taking a fraction of something, we're going to multiply by that fraction. Okay? That's important to know. Hal has $150 in his bank account. How much money does Bob have in his account? Write an equation and solve. So Hal has 50 more, so that's plus 50, than 1/4 of Bob. So 1/4 Bob gave us 150. Okay? So this is my constant. This is my variable term. Subtract 50. 1/4 Bob equals 100. Divide by the coefficient of 1/4. Bob has $400. Chelsea earned $70 per day plus $5 for every sale. So that's 70 plus $5 per sale. She wants to earn at least, and it also says inequality here. So that's my go-to. I'm writing an inequality. At least means greater than or equal to. That means I can have more than that much, but I need to have at least that much. So greater than or equal to $200. Okay. This one doesn't say solve, so we don't have to solve. Could we if we wanted to? Absolutely. Okay. Solve the following inequality. Well, this is my constant. This is my variable term. This is a -5, so I'm going to add 5. I get -5x is greater than -40. I divide by the coefficient. Now, notice our coefficient is negative. This is very important. When your coefficient is negative, you have to flip the inequality. So this becomes x is less than positive 8. Okay? X is less than 8. All right. Only 2 more. Not too shabby, right? A waitress earned $12 per hour at her job plus an additional $80 in tips on Friday. She earned more than is greater than $170 total. Write inequality that best represents the situation, where H represents the number of hours she worked. So $12 per hour plus that $80 in tip. It doesn't ask us to solve it this time, so we don't have to solve. Could we if we wanted to? Absolutely. Okay? You would just find your constant, your variable term, add or subtract, and then divide. Okay? Which graph represents the solution set of this inequality? So first we got to solve it, right? Because we can't graph it unless we solve it. This is our constant. This is our variable term. Subtract 9, because that's a positive. Negative 5y is less than 24 minus 9. I do believe that's 15, but we are going to, because, my brain doesn't work all the time, y'all. 24 minus 9. Oh, look at that. I was right. Divide by our coefficient now. Our coefficient is negative. Very important. Negative coefficient means we flip that inequality. It is no longer less than. It is now greater than. 15 divided by negative 5 is negative 3. Now, because y is greater than negative 3 and it's not greater than or equal to, we can eliminate C and A because both of those are closed circle. Now, which one of these shows me? Oh, this is not a good example because neither one of these are right, are they? So, let's draw one that's going to make it right. All right. This would be negative 3, open circle, and it's going to go to the right. Okay. In order for that, either one of these to have worked, it would have had to, that 15 would have been negative, but it wasn't. So, but you get the gist. Please make sure you study. I'm going to upload lots of keys of stuff, examples, things you've probably seen this week while I've been out. Remember, an equation and an inequality are solved just the same. When you are going to write the equation, make sure that you read all the parts. So, for example, here, and had this and that, and then in all, that means I'm adding those two. About this and that, that means I'm adding those because there was a total where we talked about where it's cut into pieces. If you see a fraction of something, that means we're multiplying by that fraction. So if I said I had 1/2 of 2 pies, then I would do 2 times 1/2. Okay. This one straight out said plus. Okay. Look for those words. At least. That means it's going to be inequality. Okay. And your formative is multiple choice tomorrow. So you'll be able to eliminate some things. Okay. Use that process of elimination to help you. All right. Always remember that you can check your work by substituting in. So if I were to plug in 400 here, I should be able to get 150. If I were to plug 6 in here, I should get 37. If I plug 12 in for X, I should get 62. Okay. Remember, that's how that works. All right, guys. Study hard tonight.